might have been a big toe. I was tiny, dude. I was, it was the smallest I've ever been in front of the most people who've ever seen it. Oh, shit. Dude, I think I'm turning into superhero Static Shock.
You can move
everywhere I go. I'm shocking myself. I'm electrocuting doorknobs. Because every time I get in and out of the studio space, I have to brush against the sound blocking curtain. And then I go to, I'm like scared to touch anything.
Supercharging yourself.
I went to go turn the light off and I did feel fear run through me. I was like, knew it.
Yeah, we have a lot of blankets throughout the house for the cats that are extra staticky. I've definitely like burned some hair off.
Cats like static.
Yeah, I don't know. My cats, because they come up to me, they get all staticky because they're rubbing around on those blankets. And I've seen some hair burn off of Lily. Really? That's why I think when you do this, she comes up and does this. She goes...
with no eyebrows. Tutu likes the static.
Really?
Yeah, she does. Because I'll be petting her on a blanket and it's staticky, and she's like,
oh my god, what a kinky cat!
Yeah,
she has nipple clamps.
She does have 6 nipple clamps. Yeah. And these lights are hot. Maybe I've just been moving around a bunch.
Yeah, I can open the window.
Sweaty boy.
I can open the window. It's chill 12 degrees.
Would you mind opening the window?
I don't care.
Was that an offer you didn't want me to accept?
I don't care.
Okay.
I wouldn't have offered.
Drive all the way to Astoria. Least you could do.
We both take turns. We're the safari.
I know. The podcast is a child of divorce.
I know, it's the worst.
Every other time at the other person's
Opposite
place.
ends.
Got 2 Christmases, 2 Christmas episodes, 2 Thanksgiving episodes. You still got your stockings up.
Yeah.
It's Christmas year round.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 more years.
Yep.
4 more years of Christmas.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make it a kingdom.
So what's going on, dude? You got your new job?
Yeah, I got the new job.
You got fired from Doge, came into your office, and
yeah, they took me down.
Gen Z kids said, sorry, man.
Yeah, this is not Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah, you don't really fit the company vibe.
Yeah, the vibe you're bringing are kind of lame here at the recreational.
I brought my Sigma detector, and it's not going off when I wave it over your balls, so you got to go.
We're
going to have to phantom tax your job.
So I got the
get that gat out of here.
Yeah, you got to get out of here. What else is their words?
I'm really channeling the children.
Yeah, you do not slap.
No. For the past 3 months, you have
not been slapping. Not been slapping. You. What happened? You're not hitting different anymore.
You're hitting the same.
You kind of hit the same, and we strive to hit different every day.
Every day we come in and we hit different, and it's challenging, but that's what it takes to be Sigma.
What's Sigma? I haven't even heard that.
It's like above alpha. It's Sigma. It's like S tier. Have you ever heard of S tier?
I never knew what it meant.
Yeah, well, I thought it was from anime. I don't know where any of these things originate. It was probably some gay black person in the 70s.
Yeah.
And that's where Sigma came from. And we're actually all stealing from them. But I thought it was like in One Punch Man. Have you seen One Punch Man? Well, there's the hero whatever academy, and there's ranks of heroes, and it goes, D, C, B, A, S.
Oh,
tier.
wow.
So S is the high. So I thought it was like an anime thing.
Okay.
Of like power rankings.
Got it.
But I guess Sigma has always meant the best.
It's weird that they don't just...
I thought it was alpha.
Yeah.
When they dropped alpha, I was like, oh, okay. So I got to be an alpha. But now I got to be a Sigma.
Yeah, I'm in the new job. First couple of days, so it's a lot, but it's for good. I'm just tired boy right now. Should have known that's how it was. I did know that's how it was going to be. So just trying to take it in.
You're the head of sales.
Basically,
as I understand.
Yeah, there's only like 3. So there's like 7 people total, including the CEO. Everybody's chill. Everybody's great. But yeah, I definitely need
you're basically a founder.
Yeah, I'm like
you're in the top 10 employees.
Yeah.
You're the first 10.
I'm the President's Club.
Yeah.
I'm in the first 10. Hopefully, if it blows up, I could pull a Facebook and get 200 mil.
I'm just worried you're going to get shot in the head by an Italian activist.
Yeah.
One of your own.
They're going to tell me I was going to get made and show up to an empty room. Oh, no.
I was listening to some Kendrick on the way here.
I could tell.
Yeah. He's I do like his, the belly of the beast, like the flow, but it's I wonder if, because I do think it's cool and I like it, but I wonder if his voice cracked when he was starting to rap and people made fun of him and he's like, no, that's my thing.
Yeah, he just went with it. And then he has to do it on every album. See, I told y'all.
Bitch.
I'm ahead of my time.
Yeah. His balls dropped when he was like 17.
Yeah.
But he's 40.
Wow, it's crazy to think those guys are in their 40s.
Yeah.
Like Drake is 40.
Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. It's like
I always listen to a Kendrick album like 2 times, and then that's it.
I tell you, my mom, we were watching the Super Bowl with like some
yeah.
comics, and then she texted me. She's like, I just looked up this beef with Kendrick and Drake. Not good. Really bad. I don't like it.
My mom, I was with her for the Super Bowl, so I was
like, yeah, Mom, he's not like us.
yeah.
He's not like you.
It seems like that.
Yeah.
Who did she want to? Was she excited for him to do the song?
No, I mean, I don't know. Nobody really liked the Super Bowl halftime show. He's a good rapper, but not a great performer.
It's hard to do a halftime show.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna?
He needed some Coke or something though. Somebody needed to get him up.
You want more energy?
More energy. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of halftime shows. I just feel like there are. Yeah, it's like the biggest stage. So no
I watch them all every
Yeah.
quarter to stay sharp.
Yeah.
I watch the tape.
Yeah, I watched the Janet Jackson one.
Yeah.
That's the one you got to see.
Because I love JT.
I saw that one. You see that video of JT's little dong?
What?
There's a video.
Dick in a box?
You know all that stuff that Britney Spears was saying, like, oh, he's got the littlest wiener in the world.
Sure.
A video came out like a month ago or whatever of him in concert, but he had like the straps that like Pink does to like go flying and stuff.
Yeah.
But they're around his legs.
The harness bulge.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
No.
Well, so he has the harness bulge, but you see just a little like boop.
But
But it's also like, hey, that's performance dick.
yeah,
Like you want him to be swanging. The dick knows the deal.
Yeah.
Tuck in.
Pink doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, the dick's tucked. It's in the pool. It does the same thing.
When I was doing the Naked Show opening for Nick, I was worried about getting hard, and
You worried about that's a better word than being a thumb.
I was a thumb. I might have been a big toe. I was tiny, dude. I was it was the smallest I've ever been in front of the most people who've ever seen it.
How did you feel? Were you like whatever?
Well, I really it was kind of whatever and freeing. Not freeing, but just like whatever. I'm naked. I'm on stage. But then the cord hit my little weenie, and that didn't feel good. that felt like I was
like the type of weenie.
I was out too deep in the water.
Yeah. Is it the type of weenie where it's just like a like just a
Perpendicular with my body.
Yeah.
That's how small it was. Is that it couldn't bend.
Yeah.
it was just
the worst.
Just
weenie.
a knob.
Worst weenie.
Yeah.
Just
Door
a
stopper.
little, pepperoni.
Yep.
And then I forgot Nick did. Nick did that Naked special, and leading up to it, I was like, absolute genius. He's going to be
Right.
so famous.
Yeah.
And what happened to that?
Huge mistake.
Can you watch it?
Well, the problem is he advertised it as him being naked as opposed to naked comedy. He was like, Nick's gonna be naked, and then a bunch of guys showed up and wanted to fuck him. And he has girlfriend jokes, so he started bombing like 5 minutes in. Once they realized, they're like, wait, have we been tricked?
Yeah, I remember this. I left before the show started, but I remember the dudes coming in there. I was like, ooh, boy.
It was like if Chris Hansen invited all the pedophiles to watch like a 8th grade violin recital.
Yeah.
And then, they were like, wait, Chris is also up there. We can't do anything with him?
Take a seat. There's plenty. Take a seat.
Take a seat. F5, E3. There you go.
Chris Hansen got his start as an usher at the movie theaters.
Take
Let me
your
help
seat.
you. I'll help you find your seat. I don't really care about the pedophiles. I care about the seats.
I care about people finding their seats. Well, I got my car got towed again.
Oh my God, dude, you should not have a car.
I'm thinking about a late term abortion at this point.
I mean, how much you
late-term
spent more
demo.
money for this car than on
Then
this car?
I know. What? For it than on it? For it than
Yeah.
I get? Definitely the profit loss is weighing heavy on the loss. Yeah, I'm not making as much money from gigs as I am maintaining the car.
Yeah, well, or just get a different car.
Yeah, an untowable car.
Wait, where did you? Yeah, it's
I need to get
ones
an
that could be in a tornado with the
Yes,
things that go down.
yes, with drills on the side of it. Yes, I need to bore 8 feet into the earth every time I park.
And the tow truck tries to tow you, just goes whoop. It just goes.
It just keeps flipping himself. Cranes are toppling over.
Helicopters are crashing.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I should get an anti-gravity machine
Yeah.
and put it around my car. I should get one of those shields from Dune.
Wait, so last time we talked, your car got towed twice?
My car got towed twice. So this time I parked in front of, and this was a conscious decision. I parked in front of this alleyway, and I did the size measurement thing where you do with your own hands, and then you do this, and you're like, okay, well, a car couldn't fit down this alleyway. It's impossible. I couldn't back my car into this alleyway, so this can't be a driveway.
Okay.
You could fit like a rickshaw or a moped. And if that's what you got, you can easily get it on the sidewalk and move it around my car. So I don't even think it should have been towed. It was towed because I look at my Find My.
Oh, no.
And I see in the air tag it said Gravesend or Gravesend. I don't know how to say that neighborhood.
Jeez. What a name.
Gravesend, yeah. Well, it's a lot of graves over there.
Oh, is it the place in between Queens and Brooklyn?
It's southwest Brooklyn, near like Bay Ridge.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah. So I bike there. I bike to Bank of America.
How are you feeling at this point? This is the third tow in like a month.
I'm not feeling great, but I look up how much I'm supposed to pay because I know I have a sixth sense these guys are trying to fuck me. I feel a ghost cock of a tow truck man wiggling around near my rear. And I know that they're going to try to screw me on this. So I look up, I'm asking ChatGPT, we're strategizing, we got a brainstorm sesh.
Yeah.
It says that every tow company needs to be licensed with the DCWP, the Department of Consumer Works Protection, something like that. There's standard rates that you have to charge. It's $185 for a tow, $20 for every day of storage, up to 3 days, then $25, or like $25 and $27, whatever. So the total amount I should have paid for 2 days in storage, one tow, is like $220. So I go to the tow place. I bring my Rode microphones
To record?
to record.
Yeah, I do that.
Yep, I'm J. Edgar Hoover in this bitch.
Yeah.
All right?
I did that for.
I'm the master of whispers, and I need to collect.
You gotta record.
I gotta
get those Ray-Bans with the recorders.
I'm gathering some whispers. So I got my whisper nets, and I bike on over.
Should have brought a Dreamcatcher too.
I
Get
did.
those Dreamcatcher earrings. Everything on you.
Catches dreams.
Yeah.
Catches nightmares. I do a little check. We good? You know, I got a guy in a van. We're all set up for the sting.
The van gets towed.
The van gets towed. I'm on my own. I'm deep behind enemy lines. So
It's like in Squid Game when the tooth thing is.
yes, when he goes to check his tracking.
Oh, no.
My God. It's just me. So I show up at the tow place. I call them. It's 3 p.m. I call him. He goes, hey, you know. Oh, first of all, I call the number on the website. Doesn't work.
Always.
I go to the repair shop, the car repair shop next to the tow lot, which is not the business. It's a different business. I'm like, the number doesn't work. This guy gives me another number. So that was not anywhere on the website.
Of course.
Which, by the way, there is no website. I'm talking about Google Maps. There's no website. By the way, this place is called Dependable Towing. You can depend on him to fuck you right in the ass. And so I get this number, this mystery number from this helpful guy. Call it. The guy picks up right away. He goes, hello? I go, hi, I think you towed my car. What car? It's Pontiac. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, so we're actually closing up right now. And I'm like, it's 3 p.m. You close at 4. I'm here.
Nice.
He's like, you're there right now? And I'm like, I'm there right now. He's like, all right, I'll come over. So then he starts telling me like what happened with the tow thing. He puts me on hold. I got them scrambling to get the mics ready. I'm putting it on speaker. The mic's up with the speaker. And then he goes, all right, so yeah, we had to tow you out. Whatever. It's gonna be $487 for the tow. And I'm like, that's not legal.
Nice.
I'm like, are you guys? I've turned into full Karen.
I did the same thing.
I got a parrot haircut. You know, I got a mochaccino and
earrings,
Starbucks cup.
You can't barbecue here.
Nope. You can't barbecue me. I'm like, well, are you guys even licensed with the DCWP? Is this legal? There's standard rates that you have to pay. And I told him the wrong one. I was like, it's $125 per blah, blah. And I don't even think I should have been towed. That was my first thing. I'm like, I wasn't blocking a driveway. He goes, you were. The cops were involved. And I can't tell what ethnicity this man is. I think he's Jewish, just by the way he's talking and how annoyed I am. I think he's Jewish. So I start, whatever ethnicity I think you are, I'm hating your people for that moment.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you fucking greedy, you're killing Palestinians, like piece of shit, in my head. And then when he actually arrives, turns out he's Italian.
Worse.
Yeah, so I'm like, you greasy giddy wop, fucking cheap fucker, whatever. So this guy, he goes, all right, so I'm going to talk to my boss, see if I can get a better price for you. And I was like, well, why wasn't this done in the beginning? If there is a better price, whatever. So he goes, yeah, the credit card machine's broken. And I go, that's not legal. You have to accept credit card per the DCWP. Do you even know what that stands for? You have to accept credit card.
ChatGPT.
He goes, the machine is broken because of the wind messed up the wires. I go, where's your machine?
Nice.
On the top of K2?
Yeah.
Where is it? So he goes, all right, so if you pay with credit card, it'll be $480, but if you pay with Zelle, it'll be $300. That's the best I can do for you. And I go, oh, so your credit card machine's working. He goes, it's not working, but I can maybe take it over the phone and we could try it that way. I go, I've never met you. I'm not giving you my credit card number. I'm kind of being a dick out the gate, and I have adrenaline pumping through because I've never done this.
Well,
I've always go in friendly because I think that means they're going to want to help you. But in this case, I'm assuming he thinks I'm a sucker, and I'm going to prove to him I'm actually a blower. Or whatever the opposite of a sucker is.
I'm trying to write about this right now because it takes time to learn when to channel your Karen.
Yeah.
And the first few
times, you have to choose your Karens.
You don't know when you're Karen. You don't know how to harness your Karen. It's hard to
tow companies. I think you got to go Karen out the gate.
Well, you need to let them know you're not fucking around.
Right, and that's why I brought up all these acronyms, and I said legal. I don't know if what you're doing is legal. And he's like, look, we had to get the dollies. I'm like, you're charging me for the dollies that you had to use to get the car out? Isn't that baked into the cost of the tow? He's like, no, it's extra work. It's extra effort. I go, okay, so let's just say that the tow was legitimate. And then he goes, oh, so the tow is now legitimate. And I go, let's just assume, I'm saying what you're doing, charging me this much for all these extra fees, that is not legal.
Nice.
But it was funny to hear, like, because initially I'm challenging the fact that I was even towed, and he goes, the cops were on the scene. So I was like, look, let's say the tow was legal, and he thought he got me. He thought he caught me in my trap.
Yeah.
Caught the spider in his web. But no. So I ended up paying $300, and then I filed a complaint with the DCEWP when I got home.
Cool.
Yeah. So we'll see how it works out. It's kind of funny, though, because they're like, in the complaint, there's like 6 pages. It's like, what would your ideal resolution be? And typing it out, I realized how, like, petty I sounded. Because I was like, well, I paid $299, and per the standards, I should have paid $220. So can you please give me $70?
Hey, 70-70.
70-70.
70's worth
70-70 anywhere you are in the world, folks.
70's worth getting back.
70's worth getting back.
30, it'd be like, okay.
That's an Xbox game.
Yeah, but I say...
New.
Oh, really? It's expensive.
Dude, they have gotten very expensive.
Wow.
I haven't bought a new Xbox game in years, but I see them at Best Buy.
Yeah, when you're doing some window shopping.
Yeah, some window stealing. Maybe one day, maybe when I'm famous, I'll let myself.
Oh, if I didn't have to pay for all my car stuff.
If I get 100,000 followers, I will buy an Xbox One or Xbox Series X.
And then I'm going to see again.
Yeah, and then I'll stay at 100 and slowly go down to 80 as everyone unfollows me.
I did the same thing with my mold thing. As soon as I got mold and my landlord wanted a second opinion, I was looking up every law. Like, I don't trust you. This is a red flag. Don't fuck me.
You get in a huddle with GPT?
Yeah, ChatGPT. I looked up all the laws. I had everything ready to go. I emailed everything. This is suspicious.
Call the National Guard.
I got email chains going.
With who?
The company that owns the building and my landlord and the super. I was like, I don't want him back in my apartment. No one's coming in my apartment unless they show me their license verified by New York State government. And they're texting me back like, somebody's coming on Monday. Don't worry about it. And I was like, I don't think you understand me. Nobody's stepping foot in this door. And I'm like yelling. I'm like on the phone. And at the same time, because I can't find, you're able to like use a search bar on newyork.gov to like see if this company's valid. And I just cannot find them.
Yeah, same.
And I think that this company's, my building realty company is fucking me. So I'm like, I don't think you understand. If it needs to come to lawyers, I got a lawyer. I have no lawyer.
No, you don't have any money to even call.
I have absolutely nothing for litigation.
Right.
And then
Dylan Krasinski. That's about as close as you have to legal counsel. Is a comedian lawyer.
I could bitch about you on his podcast.
Right.
He used to prosecute people in Massachusetts. So as I'm like puffing my chest and talking like an asshole, I get a text from Heather. Oh yeah, I just found him on the search bar. And then I had to de-escalate and be like, all right, look. Seems like the company's trustworthy after his 20 minutes about being like, you're not stepping foot.
That's what I had to do. I had to walk it back. I had to be like, okay, well, let's assume the tow is legitimate.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh.
Yeah. I did the same thing. The guy came in to check for mold. I was recording video. I was behind him the whole time. Like we were skydiving. I was like, okay. And he came out and he's like, I need you to sign this. I was like, you say there's no fucking mold and you're going to fuck me? He's like, no, it says there's mold and you also need to fix the pipe, so I'm going to help you out. And I was like, well, good.
Hey, thank you
so much, sir. I appreciate that.
Well, this guy showed up in the tow truck, and like I know that he's just working for the boss.
Yeah.
Who's put him in this position. Everyone needs a job. You got it. Somebody has to be a cop. Somebody's got to be a meter maid. Somebody needs to do this job, I suppose. So I'm not really mad at him. And he's like a nice enough guy. He's in the tow truck. He's like, "What? You don't believe in coats?" Because I was just wearing a hoodie and it was cold. And then I was like, "Well, I biked here. I don't have a car." And he was like, "So the car's registered under your name?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's my car." He kept being like, "So it's your registration? It's your?" I'm like, "It's my fucking car, dude." Yes. He was trying to find every excuse not to give me my car. I actually cased the place before I called. I walked around the tow lot looking for vulnerabilities. I'm not even kidding.
What? You wanted to put a C4 in there?
Yeah,
blow it wide open and get your car out of there? Let's go.
In case I could use the laser on the multi-tool my mom got me for Christmas to shear the lock in half. But I was like, oh, yeah, this is a master lock. That's good stuff. It's pretty heavy duty.
You're knocking on the brakes.
I didn't bring the right tools. Yeah, I'm looking for the weak spot in the wall.
Babe, get the C4.
I was close to standing on top of the... I'm not kidding. There was a Jeep right outside the tow lot. I was about to stand on the tire to, like, look over at my car. Baby, I'm coming for you.
Your car at this point is probably in the lot like, ugh, brother. Just let me stay.
Just let me go.
You get towed. I get towed.
We're bad for each other, babe.
It's toxic.
Yeah, and the guy drives my car out, which he won't let me in the lot. He won't let me pass the threshold.
Yeah. I've had that before.
I was about to go get it. He's like, whoa, you need to stay back there.
Yeah.
I was like, why? In case I steal all your cars at once? How am I going to do that? So he goes and gets it. Apparently, I had left it on classical music radio or whatever. He's like, your car's in need of a deep clean, my man. Dig the classical music. And then he fist bumps me.
He said, dig the classical music?
Yeah, he's like, I like the classical stuff.
Nice.
And I was like, and then he fist bumps me. And I did fist bump him. And I kind of felt like a big phony. It's like, I'm fist bumping my enemy right now?
Do you think
what
he
am I
did
doing?
As
breaking bread with my nemesis.
Do you think he did it as a power move to kind of be like, that's right?
He might have, but he's also Italian. So I was like, these people, I mean, I'm sorry, they're subhuman. They fight, they scrap like animals, and then they just resume like nothing happened.
That's what I like, though.
I don't mind it either, because then you can get along with them after you have a tense fight over the phone.
Yes, that's my style. That's my family.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just go to 100 and then right back down to 0.
Mm-hmm. I had one of those.
Wild.
I had one of those.
I don't understand it. Protestant WASPs don't get it. We don't like it. It stresses us out.
And you guys, but what do you guys do? You hold on to it? Talk quietly amongst, like, what's the WASP?
I think you'll hold it in. At least, speaking from my family, you'll process it. You'll think about it on your own, and then you'll decide that you want to broach it. You'll have a long, drawn out, somewhat, upsetting conversation that doesn't involve yelling.
Okay, that's still not bad.
No, but yeah, and then so you kind of get over it. But yeah, it's a lot of internal processing. I think you guys feel something, and then it's right out the pipes again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You catch a frisbee, do a 360, throw it right back.
As far as the yelling?
Yeah, something makes you mad, and immediately you're like, I fucking didn't like that.
My mom.
And we'll get it, and we'll be like, and then a week later,
yeah,
like, so actually, I was thinking, I didn't like it.
Oh man,
I won't do a week. I'll do like on the date that Molly and I had, where I wore my nice overshirt, but the at-home undershirt, and she looked all nice. This was Valentine's Day dinner.
Oh,
she looked all nice in her black mesh top, and thought that my undershirt was a disgrace to the occasion, and told me like, you couldn't have worn something nicer or something like that.
And this
disappointed.
This was on the dinner.
This was at the dinner.
At
like
that
kind
point,
of immediately when I got there, that I'd rushed in because we were both rushing to get there, and she just happened to get there a minute before me. And I'm rushing in. I like park the city bike and I sprint walk. Some say jog. I say sprint walk. Like 2 avenues to get. So I'm huffing and puffing. I have a jacket with a coat tied to it. You know what I mean? I'm always looking like a gypsy. I got frying pans and cast irons.
You had some bag
clanking.
full of a bunch of wires.
Yeah.
The bags from Food Bazaar.
Right. I have a sack of copper that I've collected for this week's
old can
haul.
of coffee.
Yeah.
Well, what's that? Where does that guy live anywhere?
I have my provisions, my rations.
You have stuff always on you as if your car is towed a lot.
Uh-huh.
You're like, well, this
I'm
is the
always
stuff
prepared.
I need. You're kind of like a travel camel.
Yeah.
You get stuff on you.
I'm a yak.
Like I would take you down to the Grand Canyon.
You could ride me up to the Klondike.
Yeah.
You could take me looking for gold.
Yeah, I could.
And I might die on the way up there.
Yeah, the apple will be half eaten, but I'll still have something to chew on.
Right. I'm a horse with ADHD.
Yeah.
So I show up like all flustered, kind of, and like I'm happy to see her. And then like 2 minutes in, she's just says the thing about the shirt.
Why do you think she was frustrated by something else?
She was. She's like, no. She was frustrated by that. She was like, I'm sorry. I just had to say it. I knew that I would hold on to this, and like, it would fester inside me if I didn't say something. So sorry, I just had to say something
about your shirt.
Mm-hmm. And then because she looked all nice. She's like, it's an internal thing for me. I just feel like stupid. Because I'm like, well, I put in all this effort, and he's just gonna wear this fucking free shirt he got in an AI conference. You went
to an AI conference?
A nice shirt, yeah, when I worked at Lionbridge, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But
I was on the
so
fucking
how
cutting
bad
edge.
is this shirt that it's popping out?
It's not bad. It's just a.
Well,
it's just
if
a.
an undershirt can offend somebody, it's got to be
No,
bad.
but it's an at-home shirt. It's an
I know,
almost
but
definitive at-home shirt. So you'd only see, you know what I mean? It's
but
not a going
how
out
much
shirt.
of it is like an undershirt to me is only you're seeing this a little bit right here.
No, it wasn't buttoned.
I see.
Wasn't buttoned.
I
If it was
see.
buttoned, yes, you're right.
So you're showing up outside at home.
It looks like the Blink fitness wall, except instead of Blink everywhere, it says
Yeah.
AI.
Ooh.
You know? So it's
Was
like,
it
I
nice-
swear
was
I'm
it a-
not gay I, or stuff like that. I've been hiding from my mom for 30 years the fact that I'm gay I.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder why there's not a gay eye out yet.
Gay I?
Gay eye for the straight guy.
Yeah, chat gay PT.
Yeah, that's good. Gape.
Gape.
It's spelled GAPEYTEE. Gapey.
Gay PT.
Gape and me. Okay, that makes sense.
Is that
I
the gay
mean-
movie about the dog that dies? Gape and Me?
Gape and me. Yeah, it's like it's a sequel to Marley and Me.
A gay guy who names his dog Gape. Gape! Gape, come back here!
You're always so loose.
Gape's loose again.
Didn't have to say that, did I?
Well, what'd
you already
yeah,
knew.
you knew. You knew. Gape's just out.
That makes sense though. I didn't know. I thought
Prolapse?
you
Get
showed
off
you-
the table.
You showed up in like an out-home outfit then. That's not an undershirt.
Interesting. So you think it was an at-home outfit that I tried to cover up at the
Well,
last second?
if the way I'm picturing it is like, you know me, I wear the same thing every single day.
You're a Sims character.
Yeah, it's less
you're-
laundry.
Yeah.
I have the best. If you're in,
You're Timmy Turner.
yeah, if you're in a relationship and I'm just doing like stand up or out in the city, I'm wearing the same thing every day.
Sure. We're similar in that way. We don't. I don't think we really care about
I don't
style.
care.
I would like to care.
I think I have a very baseline amount of style where you look at me, you don't go, that's a slob. But if
Right.
you see me a lot through the week, you're like, that guy has that outfit.
Right.
I think you see me.
Mark
and
of a
you're-
genius. We're just waiting for your Zuckerberg moment. You
Mm-hmm.
need to go to college. No, you did drop out of college.
I
I
graduated.
think you might be a genius. No, didn't you leave multiple times?
Yeah, but I was genius enough to take the same teachers, get a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I tell you that one time I got cocky.
That's not dumb. That's strategic.
Yeah. I got cocky in class and I was answering the question. Because usually the second and third year when I'm in, you don't want to be too.
You're taking the same classes year
same
after year?
Because I know the correct up until when I dropped out. So I'm just acing
Wow,
everything.
you take school like people watch The Office just over and over again.
Yeah, you remember more.
Like you want
That's
to
what people
try
do.
maybe Parks and Rec, Mindy Project? No. I like these jokes.
Did you go to a 4-year college? I went to the first year 4 times.
I went for 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I did actually. I went for 6. Masters? Yeah.
Freshman.
I'm a master freshman
Got my PhD.
in English 101. Boy, do I know improper fractions, boss. So one
That's
day,
English 101.
One day I had a
Improper fractions.
I had a cocky day in stats one day on the second year because stats is kind of like a difficult. You have to pay attention, and so my stats teacher was like a British lady who everybody was intimidated by. She was pretty stern.
Stats
So-
intimidated me. I never took stats.
Stats is intimidating. It's just one of those where like you do have to pay attention the whole time, and if you miss a day, the teacher gets to be like, "Well, you've missed so much," and you're like, "All right, could you not give me a lot of work though?"
Math is tough like that, where
Yeah.
if you miss out on the first week, you're just fucked.
Yeah, so it's one of those classes, but so there's this tense kind of intimidating air every day in that class. But the second
Nice.
year, I had a cocky day where she was
nice.
oh, I know, right? Anyway, she was asking the class a bunch of questions. Everybody's intimidated to answer, and I start answering everything. I start raising the hand, being like, "Look at me, maybe I'm a smart guy." Because at this point, my brother's friends are in this class, and my
Yikes.
brother's 2 years young, so these guys are seeing the I'm no longer cool. So I start answering and starting to feel good. And at one point, the teacher got mad and she goes, "You remember that from last year?" And I was like, "All right, didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
Could have let me shine a little bit."
Everybody
So
laugh.
She kind of, no, it was just really awkward and quiet. And I was like, "Well, yeah, I have good memory."
They're like, why does he have a beard? You're clipping gray pubes on the desk. So, you know,
Does anybody else
Malcolm
know what a
Gla-
mean is here?
Malcolm Gladwell says it takes 10,000 hours to master
Master the mean.
this statistics class.
Standard deviation.
Yep.
Huh? Anybody remember that term? Didn't think so, teach. So the first year I got all A's because I was really trying.
Mm-hmm.
So I bumped the third
The
year.
first year or the first year?
The first year.
Okay.
The premier year.
Yes.
Everybody has a premier year.
Charles. Before it was Charles II. Before we even knew there would be Charles II or Charles III.
A lot of people, if you'd watch my first year, you go, "There's gonna be a second."
Yeah. Okay, so you're on Fellowship of the Charles.
Fellowship of the Chuck.
Yep.
And so the third year, I aced every class.
Return of the Charles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phantom Chuck.
Yeah. You never saw Lord of the Rings, right?
Really long time ago. I think I only saw the first one, actually.
I was thinking on the way here, just quick sidebar, that we don't have the same nerd knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It bothers me.
Sorry.
It's okay, but I think we might have to watch all the Lord of the Rings and all of Game of Thrones. No, Lord of the Rings though is very good, and we should watch it. Have we ever watched a movie together besides 1917?
No, I think I've been realizing about myself. I don't have friend moments with people.
No.
No.
I mean, this is work.
Yeah, and otherwise I'm like, get out. I'm like, sometimes when people, I've never.
No, you gotta go.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta go. I'm alone. I need to be alone.
I think you're an introvert.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, I think I might be.
Yeah.
Well, I just like being like, I just need a moment to be like, fuck. And that moment lasts a weekend. Leave me alone. Yeah, no one invites me over to hang. And then when I am at places to hang, I'm like,
how about... No, you do more than that. You do more than fun, cool. What's up, faces?
no, just like this.
So,
You take any classes?
who's going to take the lead
Yeah.
on this convo? Ain't going to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel that sometimes. It's like
nerd-
you're waiting at the high dive, and you're like, anybody else want to go first?
Yeah.
Show me how it's done.
I had one of these
I
with,
feel that in conversations.
this is the first time. You know the first time you hang out with a guy, like fellow comic, whatever, and there's that kind of like, are we going
Are we going to hang out?
Are we going to riff?
Yeah, sure.
Peter Wong drove me home from Flophouse like a month ago.
Is a good one.
Great guy, Peter Wong, but I had have never been on a like 25-minute car ride with
I had a
him.
similar thing with Peter. I drove him home.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you may relate.
We've all been
This
in a
is
car
story
with
about
Peter.
Peter.
And they'll all know. They've all ridden with him.
Yeah, you guys rode with Peter.
Everyone's driven Peter home once or twice.
Everybody's driving Peter. Driving Mr. Peter.
Driving Mr. Peter.
I'm trying to think of if his name would go with Daisy.
Miss Paisy.
But there's that moment when you're driving and then you hit your first lull and you're like, ooh, are we gonna...
Should I crash?
Yeah.
Should I turn into opposing traffic
Just go
right
into
now?
the
Should I kill us both?
Yeah. There's no...
And then he's like, so you seen any movies lately? And you're like, okay.
I haven't seen anything. Well, I did this, though. We got in the car, and then we had that was fun. I like those guys. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, good time. And then the energy drops, because now that's the first thing you talk about is what you just did.
Right.
Then there's the lull, and then there's like...
Then there's you guys.
Then there's just us.
It's the valley of you
naked.
two. Yep.
So
Adam and Eve.
A couple seconds went by. I had a good one. I go,
Who's eating the apple?
yeah.
Who's taking that first bite? Realizing they're naked.
I'm afraid. I
Yeah.
don't want to cast original sin.
Right.
Um,
Peter, don't show me your snake.
but a couple seconds went by. There was a lull. And then I saved it and I go, we should go back. And then
Nice.
first laugh of the car.
That's big.
Yeah. So
That's big.
then immediately we're talking about our dicks and
Yes.
exes and stuff like that.
Yeah, worst hand job.
He had a funny point that he hopes he talks about in the joke, but I'll relate this to... I don't know how to say
Relay to
this.
me Peter's hopes and dreams.
I don't want to put this in a podcast, but I thought it was a funny thing he said.
We'll send this to him.
It's fine. Let's skip it.
No, this is how we should network with people. We should talk about them and then post the clip and invite them to
We're not
collab.
posting I feel weird.
Okay.
Anyway. Oh, I'll tell you about the fight I had with my mom.
Tell me about your
Going
mom
back
fight.
to the Italian
Yes,
fight.
Yes, that was
So
it.
we do the same thing, and I like this style of fighting, and I blame my dad for this. My mom is that Italian where it's
gonna
like,
just write it down. Yeah.
what'd you say?
I'm just write down one word so I remember.
Dude.
Hit me. Your mom's Italian.
My mom's Italian in the style
She
of...
hit you.
She's not...
In the style of.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the style... She's in the style of crazy Italian.
As opposed to.
Well, there's sweet Italian.
Sure.
There's vengeance.
Eat.
There's sweet Italian. There's vengeful Italian.
Yes.
And there's crazy Italian.
These are all one person.
Well, that's what you think.
That is the case.
My mom's in the sect of crazy,
Yes.
angry, strict, and loud.
Okay.
But she's not vengeful, kill you.
Is she sweet?
She can be sweet, but she saves her sweetness for other people.
Not the famiglia.
Correct. Okay. You're following along. Yes. So I grew up with her exploding, and then like 30 minutes later, she's like, dinner's...
Pause.
What?
Pause. On your mom exploding.
Yeah, she's exploding. Like, she would explode.
Okay.
That's her style of
Put
yell.
a tarp down.
Just...
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
You're home, and then she explodes, and then you explode because she triggers an explosion in you.
I've been with an Italian and a Jew, and both of their moms have explosive potential.
Explosive.
Something is the matter with these people.
Oh,
They're certainly not white.
And you know what's the matter with them?
They're not white people.
No. This is the matter with all those moms. They don't think nothing's matter with them.
Yes.
They think everybody else is the matter.
Yes.
It's them, but they won't deal with it internally.
I entered into crazy Italian mom when my car got towed.
Well, you have
I said, I didn't park in front of a fucking driveway.
Yeah.
That's an alley no car could fit down.
Yeah.
I measured it with my arms. You telling me my arms are liars?
Yeah.
I entered that, like, it shouldn't have been towed and you're gonna fuck me.
Yeah. So if you're going to fuck me, how about you do it right?
Per the standards of the DCWP.
But then, so what happens with your mom like that, then you get used to like, okay, maybe 30 minutes later, an hour later, it'll be kind of fine. And then my parents got divorced. My dad remarries a totally different type of crazy. But I only have the tools for the explosive crazy.
So there's a subsect, like Protestant, there's different types of crazy?
Well,
are we talking vengeful as a subset?
no, so the stepmom is not Italian.
So
I got Italian explosive.
Makes it okay.
Crazy loud.
Right.
And then
It's like North Korea. It's a threat, but we know it.
Yes.
It's a known entity.
Yes.
So what's this new crazy?
The new crazy
That your
is
dad's dipping his dick in.
passive aggressive.
Oh.
Slam the door, leave town.
That's my side of the aisle.
But when you're getting used to this stepmom and she has a crazy, you think, okay, well, I know how to handle this. I'll explode, and then it'll be fine 30 minutes later. But that's the wrong way to handle it.
Right. What do you got to do?
You got to just let my stepmom, she'll be like obvious something is wrong. And then you'll be like, are you okay? Like at the dinner table, like, you okay? Are you mad? You seem like something's off in front of the family. You can talk about it. I'm fine. Okay, seems like...
Because then you're putting her on blast.
Yeah, it seems like, do you want to talk about anything?
You're hitting her
It's
with
just,
the super soaker.
you know, I'm fine. I'm just going to use the bathroom. And you're like...
And then she leaves?
And then you just hear... Ching, ring, ring. And then you hear sprack of the door and then the garage. And
Wow.
I'm like... I remember being a teenager being like, where did she go? And my dad's like, to the bathroom at her sister's. She went to her sister's bathroom. It's fine. So
it has a bidet.
yeah,
2-ply.
two crazy different spectrums.
That's crazy.
I had a tweet about it. I said, shout out to my dad for marrying two types of crazy.
All right.
I said,
Verbatim tweet.
I said an Italian explosive crazy and then a passive aggressive crazy.
Yes.
Loved walking on eggshells and stepping on landmines my whole life.
That's good.
But
She Irish goodbye'd the family.
yeah, she needs to just...
She didn't say goodbye. She said, I'm going to the bathroom.
Dude, no, you hear her. You hear what she's doing. But you don't...
Looking for her keys.
It's not in words, it's in actions. Yeah.
And you guys are still eating? Like,
Yeah, and you're like... Is the bathroom in the garage or... Why is the...
do you make her shit in the garage?
Yeah, is that why she's mad?
Yeah. Is that bucket for Terry?
Because I've been using it a lot. I'm sorry. Is she mad because I've been shitting in her bucket? It's piling up. I'm sorry.
Well, when I see a bucket of shit, I'm like, oh, good. We have one now.
Yeah.
I've been wanting this.
I can
for a
add
while.
to it. I thought we were going to have like a thing.
Like a compost.
Paper mache.
Yeah.
But going back to the fight really quick.
Yeah, sure.
Heather, I was back home and I was FaceTiming my girlfriend and my mom started exploding on me. So Heather got to see one live. So because I'm not.
That's helpful.
My mom will trigger who I used to be as a kid, an angry Italian boy. But now I go to therapy and I don't yell. So Heather just got to kind of have a courtside seat of me being like, hey, fuck you. And then I look in the FaceTime and she's in the little window like. And I look at her and I'm like, because Heather nodded at something my mom
Your
said.
mom's... Sorry, who's on FaceTime?
Heather. But my mom's yelling at me in the house live.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So Heather gets to just see me being like, shut up, shut up. And then at one point, Heather agrees with my mom.
Ooh.
And then I'm like, yeah? Yeah, you want to agree with her? You got anything else you want to say? And she's like, no. And I was like, cool. Boop. Hang up on her.
She like said something?
Yeah, she said
something.
something.
So out of the speaker came, Charles is wrong.
Well, yeah. They were both bombarding me.
Yeah.
At one point.
And then you like that little doll.
Yeah.
You want some of this?
Yeah, exactly.
Snipers.
She
Asian
had no idea what
snipers
she was walking
trained
into.
at her.
I was like, look, I grew up in the flames.
Yeah. You don't want to get burned.
Don't try to burn a hot boy.
Yeah, you're you're lava girl. Like
She's Shark Boy.
yeah, she's Shark Boy.
Sorry, that was all discombobulated.
No, that
disjointed
was
story.
that's wild.
Yeah, well, she didn't realize it was I think an argument until mom really started.
It is fun. It is funny though that she got to see you revert to like
Yeah.
just a cave.
Yeah, and well, then I went away because now the dust has to settle after the fight with my mom, and it was all about because I told her I was taking an Uber somewhere. Why are you
Okay.
taking an Uber? Taking an Uber.
As opposed
Why?
to her driving.
No, instead of you taking an Uber to your friend's house, why does your friend come get you?
Oh,
I'm just
What,
gonna
does he care about you?
Yeah.
He's
I'm
making
just
you spend money.
Well, it's interesting. He lives down the street and he couldn't come get you. I'm taking an Uber. It's fine. Huh? And then Heather started, well, why doesn't he come?
Charles, we're just looking out for you.
Yeah.
Is the also?
And I'm like, you're coming on. You're going crazy. Dust
he
settles.
just turned like Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
You want some of this?
So the dust settles. I go and iron a shirt for a little bit in silence, no headphones.
What an Italian way to get out the anger.
Yeah, she's over there.
You imagining
Yeah.
the shirts to their face.
Just ironing over my mom and my girlfriend.
2 minutes away.
My shirt's got a black triangle. It's the only one I brought. So then I come out though, new therapy me. I go, Mom, I'm sorry that I got a little angry.
Yeah.
I felt like you guys were coming at me. You were loud. You were yelling. I got me loud and yelling. So I'm sorry, but that's how I felt. And she goes, okay. And I go, are you sorry for kind of escalate? You're kind of being intense and yelling at me. No, you're not sorry. I'm not sorry.
That was good. Your mom.
Yeah.
That was good.
I'm not sorry to you.
No.
Yeah. And then I go, okay, then I'm not sorry either. Good.
Oh.
Great. I'm going to take that Uber. Be safe.
Oh my God.
Wear your seatbelt. I tell you, that's what my mom says when I started.
Take $20.
I started training her to tell me that she loves me. My mom never said I love you. So I started doing it in like my 20s when I would leave the house. Love you, Mom. She'd be like, wait, wear your seatbelt. And I'd be like, wear your seatbelt too, Mom. Wear your seatbelt too.
I just, I don't want to leave on a fight. I want the last thing I say to you to be something sweet, like don't forget your sunglasses. That's funny. Will your dad say I love you?
My dad says I love you like it's the last time he's going to see me every time I see him.
Oh, that's sweet.
He says I love you so much.
Charles?
He answers the phone and says, hello, I love you.
Whoa.
How's
like
your
you're
day?
about to get shot. Like you're calling him to be like, Dad, the plane's going down. Yet another plane is going down.
My dad will call me just because he's thinking about me and he wants to tell me he loves me.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's nice. I just have to wait for an eagle to fly by and hope that's him.
I
have to wait
I knew
for
this was the right sign.
a strong gust of wind.
Yelling at this toe shop. My dad knows.
Yeah, for my hat to fly off and be like, oh, Dad. Still a rascal. Up there still causing trouble. Making trouble in this guy.
Yeah, he's a real scoundrel, it sounds
Oh,
like.
he's a real scoundrel. He's a menace. Heaven's menace. He's
so
in a
what
biker gang up there.
What happened?
Heaven's menaces.
Heaven's menaces. That's
What
good.
happened with what? Oh, with my
I thought
thing?
you had a fight.
Well,
story.
I do want to ask. I do. It's real quick, and then I want to get into how you, as a flight phobic person, are feeling about all these airplane crashes.
Okay.
'Cause
I
they're
have to
more and
pee.
more
What do you want to do
frequent.
first?
I can give you the quick story, and then you can pee. Is it pee
I have
time
to
now?
pee,
It's
yeah.
go time. You hold in your pee like a wasp.
Yes.
You wait for as long as possible because you don't want to inconvenience anybody.
I don't want to interrupt the flow.
You know, hey, you got a flow of your own you got to take care of.
She's told me some crazy things that I cannot say on the podcast. I've had, because with step parents, there's the inevitable, I'm going to say fuck you, because I'm going to show you that you're
You
not
are?
really mine.
Oh yeah, you're just a visitor here.
She's told me
You
to,
still
like,
got- you
she's
got a
gotten in my
permanent guest
face and
badge.
been like, fuck you, never come back. This is not your home. And
To
I've been
you?
like, fuck you.
What are you doing? My dad hired you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I was like, yeah, shut up, bitch.
Yeah, do you want me to remind you here about how the ranks work?
Yeah, you make my food and fuck my dad.
It's dad, me, animals who have died, you. Cassie, fucking you.
Cassie the fish, my
Yes,
favorite.
Yes, I name every animal the same name because I'm like my dad.
Yeah.
And I pick one and I stick with it.
It really does prepare you. We'll get right into the story. It does prepare you, I think, for marriage because you see the way that all of them fail. And you're like, marriage is the real deal. And I don't think people, I think people go into marriage like, all right, looks like I got it in the bag. May as well just marry it. And then it's going to be fine. And it's not.
We're at the 20. I can run it.
Yeah.
I'll get there. It's 20 yards.
But marriage is so much harder.
When really you're at like you're 20.
You're not
30
even in a
year
stadium until you're like, that's what I think.
Well, okay. I mean, sure.
Because you
got a long way to go. Yeah, she left. I don't think I've ever experienced that. I had such a normal childhood, except, for the death.
Yeah, that's not normal.
It's not, no. And I remind myself every day that I'm a special, special boy. It just sucks when all the interesting things that happen to you are kind of somewhat tragic because for the most part, I've had like a decent life,
I've had a decent life.
Yeah. I don't think you're interesting either.
I know I'm not.
We're both pretty normal guys.
I hung out with my neighbors upstairs on the 5th floor. This is really quick, but he's like a 40-year-old. You could tell he's lived like a colorful life of just partying.
Yes. I want to have done drugs and gotten sober at 19.
Yeah. Well, he parties still, but he also I can tell that he has money. He told me this was 2 sentences back to back. So I hung out with him and his other like 40-year-old friends. So he's like talking everything they're talking about is like shows and drugs they took, punk rock shows.
Oh.
Drive into different towns.
Severance?
What?
Severance?
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy, The Wire. All they talk about is awesome shows they get on Showtime and all the drugs they do. They talk about having Showtime and drugs.
So one sentence, this were 2 sentences back to back. He said it one to me and then this to his buddy. He goes, yeah, I remember the last time I was in Philadelphia for a show. I accidentally smoked crack, woke up in a broom closet, thought I was blind. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about getting a place upstate, $400K minimum. And I was like, this guy's living such an interesting life.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he gave me a beer, and I didn't want to drink it because of my stomach problems, so I strategically found a way
Fed it to the plant?
say that I was going to the bathroom when everybody was talking and just dump it in the toilet.
Nice.
That's how lame I am.
I've done that.
And you're dumping it
See, that's who we are. We go to the bathroom to pour out beers.
in the toilet. Because
I'll do the sink. I'll run the sink.
Well, I did the toilet because I was like,
I'm so lame, dude.
yeah, I know.
I think we're f***ings.
I wish, dude. Cool.
I know.
You're pouring the beer into the toilet like, okay, this could pass for pee in case it overflows. Fizzy pee.
Would you take a keg with you? Why do you have so much beer?
I just didn't know if
So I'm doing Edward 40 hands. And I got to pee real quick, guys.
Can somebody open
Turns
the door
out
for me?
Yeah. You come out after you flush. It's like, so I'm done. I got pretty thirsty in there.
Yeah, wow. I guess I win.
Figured if I'm sitting down already.
May as well chug. And I chugged really good.
Yeah.
I burped a lot in
You
there.
sit down when
Anybody
you
hear those?
You sit down every time when you pee? Well, I couldn't grab my dick. I had to sit down. Never done it with 40 hands. Don't have life experience. I'm babysitting now. It's like I'm just reliving a dumb kid's life. It's so stupid. So I told okay. So you mentioned karate.
What?
You'd mentioned karate at some point. I don't know. Maybe as in a joke or something. Maybe not as a core part of your story, but maybe you said it.
Play it back.
You told a lot of karate stories just now.
Oh, yeah.
Guy who hasn't been here at all.
Who just doubles down. No, I remember. You were talking karate?
Piggybacking off that medieval torture stuff you were going on about.
Piggyback Ian?
Piggyback Ian. Fight hands.
It's Piggyback Ian.
It's time for Piggyback Ian, folks. Where is he? He's giving somebody a ride, but he'll be here soon. But what I was trying to get to is this dad. I told him that I went skiing because first of all, he's like coming in the room. The
kid's dad.
Yeah. Oh, I was saying we got to think of some name, some kind of code
Larry.
name, so that no, like funny, not Larry, not just a different name. But well, maybe we can come up with one from the story. That'll be our fun little challenge. He came out with he bought like 5 different jackets, all the same jacket, different sizes. He's retaking community college over and over again. So we bought them all. He's going to return the wrong size ones. He comes out. He's like, hey, man, what do you think of this? He like thinks we're like, he'll go into like buddy mode with me.
Yeah.
So he's like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, yeah, a little big. He's like, big, you think? I'm like, yeah, I guess it's big. And then he comes out in another one. He's like, better, right? It's a lot better. And I'm like, yeah, this does look better. And then he continues throughout the night to come out with like,
oh my god! Wait. Kids,
I'm doing the kids' homework. We go to the pool, but like, we come back for dinner, and then he comes in.
And you have dinner with them.
Yeah, because I'm like hungry, and I fucking threw the kids around in the pool. The dad complains to the kid who complains to me, who relays it to me. He's like, my dad thinks you do nothing and eat all our food. And I'm like, tell him to tell me that. And I'll tell him how his fucking jacket fits. I'm their little slave, dude.
It's funny that you eat dinner with them.
I eat dinner with them because that's like some of the pay. It's room and board. Yeah, I'm getting paid in dinner.
I mean,
I'm there 10 to 15 minutes eating dinner. And then I clean up and I go. And I kind of half babysit. I'm like, Caleb, you don't get it on your plate, whatever. I'm still kind of half working. Dude, it's free dinner. Otherwise, I go to Chipotle, I burn half my income.
I'm not saying no to the food, but I say no to the energy. I don't want that.
I'm with you, dude, but also I feel bad for the woman. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Oh my god,
it's a bad life for her, and I want to save her.
You're in love with her.
Dude, my girlfriend was like, "You are going to ruin this family by not sleeping with her." She's like, "You need to make her realize." I do. I'm thinking about on my last day, whenever that comes.
It's never coming.
I'm gonna lean into her ear and I'm gonna be, as we hug goodbye, I'm gonna say, "I just want to let you know you can do so much better than him." And then I'm gonna kind of breathe pretty close to her ear, and then I'm gonna head out. But she still has my number.
You just heard their dinner breath.
Yeah, she is very attractive.
Yeah, it sounds like it. You stick around.
Yeah. I want to see how she eats.
Yeah, you do. So isn't it weird eating dinner with the family and still being like on the clock?
I'm not even kidding. I mean, this sounds insane.
What is the
but
food?
I feel like I'm doing my my community service, my mitts. I'm doing a good thing by staying there, because the kids, like the kid will say something to the dad, and the dad literally will slap the table and be like, "Don't talk back to me." And the kid has to be like, "Oh, okay." And like that energy.
And so you stay in that energy.
I don't like it. I don't like when listen. I don't like when he's there. Nobody does. Nobody likes it. But when he's not there and I'm there, it's like they get a kind of normal dinner time situation. I'm like the ghost of a good dad. I come, I go, I linger. Sometimes I don't show up. Where'd he go? Did he leave?
Is it Christmas? Is he here yet?
We just went skiing. And I told the dad, he came in to show off his new gay boots. He's got these nice Doc Marten looking things. And he's like, which laces? Black laces, and then these very ostentatious like blue laces.
Of course.
And I'm like, well, I think the black look nice. I think they look good. And he's like, I'm trying to look badass.
That's what he said?
Yes.
Blue laces are badass.
I'm trying to look, he's like,
this was a test for you.
And I'm
to
like,
see if you knew what was badass.
The jacket liner is white and black. It's good with the white and black. It looks good.
It matches.
But if you want to go... And she's like, well, what do you want to do? Are you trying to like show off? Like she knows this guy is like a fucking
loser,
hot dogger.
Yeah.
He's a showboater. He's a peacock.
So he peacocks with his clothes a lot?
Peacocks with his clothes a lot.
Really?
He peacocks with his dude, the table in their living room used to just be a table. He bought a $2,500 sand magnet design table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That has a glass surface and rainbow lit up lights, and you can change the design on an app on your phone. It's actually pretty fucking sick.
You have a picture
I
of it?
like it. I'm sure I do. I'll take a video. I'm sure I have a video.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? The magnet underneath holds a marble that traces through the sand. Yeah. This intricate design.
God, and it's moving.
The dogs are jumping on top of it. The kids are leaving candy wrappers on it. You know what I mean? It's like not a table for a house with children that don't respect your property. But yeah, that's the type of shit this guy. But he has like these figurines from video games and watches. He's like he's a consumer,
and he's still not working.
Correct. But he worked for years and years, and it's just
he probably has.
I'm not working. No, but you don't need a job. Nobody needs a job. I tell him I went skiing. He's like, I'm going skiing in Vail. No, the wife says he's going skiing in Vail. He's like, it's actually Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek's like the Maserati of mountains.
That's the worst thing. What does he think a Maserati is?
The best, coolest car. That should, as a car guy, tell you exactly where we're at.
That sucks.
That's he's a Maserati man.
You don't even think...
I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
Wow.
That's like... I guess it could be like, that's like if someone thinks the Stocking Stuckers, Stuffing suck. Ooh,
Stuffing suckers.
Stuffing
Stalkers.
are the coolest presents.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you talking about? There's all the real presents are under the tree. That shit's over there.
I mean, that's okay. Maserati man.
Yeah,
Anthony Maserati.
Maserati is like what the idiot
We'll call him Maserati.
thinks is the coolest car.
I miss Anthony Maserati, so I think we
Yeah.
should
Me too. I don't
name.
get to see him anymore.
But yeah, I miss saying
I
it.
got an info on that guy. He's bombing right now at work. Everybody says he's flailing.
Who's got the inside scoop? Who's got the microphone?
My buddy at work who hates him so much.
Send me the tapes.
Yeah.
I assume
okay.
everyone's recording everyone they hate at all times.
Oh, this guy is.
We're headed there. So he's wearing these different laces. He's going to the Maserati of mountains. He's going to Maserati Mountain.
It's like the Maserati.
Wait, dude.
It's like the craft of
Hold
mac
on.
and
It
cheese.
gets way worse. I told him, hey, oh, that's cool. I just went skiing in Mont Tremblant. He's like, Mont Tremblant sucks.
What's this guy's problem? You know he had
That guy can't turn it
You know
off.
what happened to him? You just triggered a bad memory.
No, dude.
He
He's
got
like,
cock blocked when he went there.
he's like, dude, have you ever been skiing out west? And I'm like, yeah. When I was like a kid, and my parents were. I'm a babysitter.
Yeah.
I can't. He's like, do you know how much flights are to Colorado? I'm like, how much? He's like, $150. I'm like, really? Is that both ways? He's like, one way. I'm like, okay. So what's the other way? He's like, other way is like $500-600. And I'm like, what are we talking about then? He's like, that's like $500-600, $700 to get out west. And I'm like, I guess that's okay.
That would kill me.
Yeah, that would hurt me a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of my stuff.
Yeah. Do you know how much it's going to be for my
You know-
car to stay in the
Yeah.
tow lot while I'm out west?
Here's the thing:
Because it's getting towed.
If I spend $800 to get to Colorado, I'm not gonna have enough money to leave the airport. So I can get there. I just can't go and visit there.
If I forget headphones, I literally can't buy more.
Yeah.
That's what
That happened to
really
me last
told me
flight.
that you've been last life.
Let's have flight.
Oh, flight. Well, that told me that you are really struggling financially when you needed headphones or something to listen to something I sent you. So you're like, I don't have them. I'm on the train. Can't get them. Can't buy them. Can't do it. Don't have the money. And I'm like, this guy is destitute.
I know. I think a lot of people are always.
You're pre-homeless.
This was
a
something.
doctor might diagnose you as pre-homeless.
Someone
at risk
People never. Well, yeah, I learned that here.
for
People,
homelessness too.
Homeless. I got it in adulthood, which happens to a lot of people.
Yeah, adult homelessness.
I'm gonna lose my foot if I'm out here too long.
Childhood is not their fault.
Yeah.
But you got to watch what you eat and
Yeah, people
where
don't.
you pee.
When I say I'm broke, people don't think I'm broke. I remember one time there was a buddy of ours we were talking to, and I was like, I am broke. And he's like, yeah, me too. And he's like, I only have like 40 grand in savings. And I was like, what?
I only have a year left of
Yeah.
doing whatever I
Life.
want.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't have $1,000 at all. This is how my brain works. If I have $1,000 and I check my bank account, I go, okay, at least I'm rich right now.
Nice.
At least I have a lot of money.
At least I have wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's good.
At least I can live off of the interest.
It may be cold, dark, and I'm failing at my career, but at least I'm extremely wealthy.
So he's like, dude, skiing out west sucks. And I'm like,
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Out west.
I'm sorry, out east.
Okay.
Skiing east sucks. It's all icy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But, he's like, I'm
Is
not
that the-
trying to
is that-
drive to out west. I'm not trying to fly out west. I drove to Montreal. He's like, that sucks. And, he's not, that's a long drive. But I
Yeah.
did shows on the way up. And then the wife starts coming to my defense, getting behind me, holding me like we're taking a prom picture. She's like, okay, so he made money on the way up, so that all makes sense. And then me and the wife are talking about it later, and she's like, I'm sorry, if I haven't told you, Maserati, he's just a little, and I'm like, I don't take it personally. I don't really care. It's fine. And she goes, yeah, he just can't contain it. Like this coworker that he had apparently was telling him about his son who takes karate, and he takes jujitsu, which is far more legitimate as a martial art, evidently. So the guy's like, yeah, so my kid's taking karate, and he's like, karate's dumb. Karate's like stupid and fake. You know that, right? That's what he said. And now that guy, he's like, oh, well, okay, well, my son, like, we travel and like it's a nice thing we do together and he likes it and it's a good way to, he's like, no, karate's fake and dumb and it's stupid. It's bad. Jujitsu, that's real shit. That's what the SEALs do. Like,
Wow.
he meets a Navy SEAL. That's the cool. He's like, these guys are fucking badass, dude. Like, you know they could kill you in like 20 seconds.
Yeah. See their laces?
Yeah.
Ooh, they're sick.
Yeah.
I wonder
He's
if
a Sigma simp, dude.
yeah,
He's a Sigma chaser.
He wants to get pegged by a seal.
He would love to.
Yeah.
With his fucking gun.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
So let me tell you.
And yeah, so then the coworker stopped talking to him.
Yeah, of course.
He doesn't interact.
Well, the
with
guy
him.
got let go.
And then I was like, well, how does Maserati feel about that? She's like, he doesn't care. I'm like, he's a psycho.
Wait, what do you mean Maserati?
I asked the wife how Maserati felt about being excommuned by this man. She's like, he doesn't care.
Of course.
And I'm like, he's a psycho.
But why would he care? Because in his eyes, that person sucks. Who cares if there's...
Dude,
it's one less shitty guy in his life.
He doesn't suck. He sucks.
Here's what we've learned about this whole story.
He's Italian.
Is he?
No, but he's adopted. So
It'd be a shame
almost.
if he was Italian. That's something one of my aunts says.
That's awesome.
It's a shame.
It's a shame he's Italian.
It's a shame.
That's like when black people see a major like car chase happening and they're like, "Oh Lord, please be Puerto Rican."
It's a shame.
It's a shame. That's funny. Italians and Jews have a lot in common. You're a people. You identify as a people.
Well, Jewish is the only one. I think the only race where
And ethnicity. Well,
ethnicity. It's gonna be an ethnicity
I think it's just
and
an
a
ethnicity
race.
and
No,
a religion.
It can be. Yeah, I think it's both. It's like the only one where you can claim both.
That's right.
Yeah.
But not race. Ethnicity, religion.
Got it.
I don't know what the difference between ethnicity and race is.
No, you're right.
But what were you going to say about Italian or Jewish?
Well, I was gonna say what I learned about the story.
Okay, hit me.
You're too involved in this family. You gotta go.
You say this
crazy.
every time.
You're crazy.
This is the most I have going on in my life.
So crazy.
Is their life.
It's
Please,
crazy.
Charles, don't take this away
Your
from
life
me.
is their life, and then
It's
my
not
life
that-
is you
dude,
telling me about their
It's
life.
2 days a week. It's
Nah. Don't eat dinner with these people.
What is that?
Get out.
Nah.
Yeah, because the amount I know is like it could be an hour, but if it still results in this much information, cut it.
It's interesting, dude. I like the gossip. I'm a little master of whispers.
I know you like the.
I'm an apprentice.
I don't
I'm
want
a
the
whisper's
goss.
apprentice.
As soon as it would get weird at the table, let's say I had dinner the first time.
Was this not entertaining? Should I not tell you these stories anymore?
I just need you to get out of there.
But I mean, a part of me does love because I'm like,
I
this
know
is
you love
crazy.
it. You like crazy though.
But I love it, and I genuinely feel bad for these children.
I know, but they're not. Yeah,
They're not my kids,
Yeah,
but
well.
I'm still a positive influence. It does feel like I'm doing a good thing.
I know. Good for you. Good for you.
All right, I'm going to heaven. You're not. And that's all that matters.
You going what?
Inshallah, I'm going to heaven.
It's funny when you hear inshallah from like a white guy.
Oh yeah.
This set will be good, inshallah. And you're
Inshallah.
like, I don't know about that enchilada.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Send that enchilada
Someone
back.
sends me inshallah, I go inshallah.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna kill you with some sick jujitsu. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna
dude.
be put in a
he'll
triangle.
put me
of
to
death.
sleep immediately.
Yeah, he's gonna put you in a sleep.
He's put me in holds before.
Dude.
He's
Get
like,
out of there.
I'm not kidding. I show up.
I think you've
3:05 p.m. I open the door. He's like, get on the floor. I'm like, hello.
No, dude.
He's like, come on, let me show you something. He's like, all right, so put your foot up here. And I'm like, do you listen to the pod? Is this your way of telling me you've listened? Then he smells my foot and kills me. He sucks.
I feel like he would
sucks all my toes and
Punch you
snaps my
through
neck.
Yeah.
He would, dude. He disarmed a homeless man or someone who tried to like get him with a knife at Port Authority. It was badass.
You saw him do it?
No, he told the story, so he's probably a big fat liar.
Yeah.
He's probably Smolletting it up.
This guy's trying to seem like a seal. This is what I did.
He's
Meanwhile, a homeless
Brian
guy.
Adams.
This is what really happens. A homeless guy walked by him at Port Authority and go, "Did you have anyone?" Shut the fuck up! And punched a homeless man in the face.
Yeah, killed him.
And then hit the ground, and all of his wrappers and chains fell out of his pocket, and he scooped it up and threw it back at him.
Saw he had a knife next to him. Did I tell you about when I found 2 exact? Folks, that is the end of part 1 of Mount Maserati. If you want to listen to part 2, you can head on over to the Patreon right now. It's out, it's proud, and it's loud. Or you can wait till next week, and it will be out then. We love you. We appreciate your support. Tell a friend, follow the pod, leave a review. I mean, look at this. I'm getting recognized in the street. Taxis are honking at me. So it's a good time to be a fan of Overshadowed Pod. Tell your friends.